This is amusing. Apparently, this group from Croatia, it's a thinly veiled attack on Vladimir Putin. I mean, what exactly does this fetishistic crap have to do with Putin? And why would Putin care? I mean, if I was Putin, I'd say, look at how, look at, this is the best they can do. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that this garbage is presented as entertainment and culture. I mean, most of these people, most of these bands, if you look into it, I mean, why is Israel there in the first place? Israel's not in Europe. Australia's there as well. I mean, why? I don't see the point. Mostly the thing is all about really crappy costumes, really bad. I mean, I say that without having watched it, but why would anyone be interested in this? It's all very gay, isn't it? And not in a good way. One of the night's most athletic performances. I wonder if Israel will get it again, or Ukraine. Um, a reenactment of a traditional Moldovan wedding ceremony. I mean, I think in the history of the Eurovision Song Contest, this woman is Ukraine, Albanian. Very vulgar people. I mean, people can be, people can be whatever they want to do in private. That's okay. Swedish style Loreen. Does she look Swedish to you with her tattoos? Well, she's actually a Berber from North Africa, but she's described as Swedish. Actually, what's interesting is the British entry um, is Jewish, and she's been pretty rude about this country. And apparently, even though allegedly, inevitably, I guess, some of her relatives were Holocaust survivors, she's applied for a German passport. How nice. Isn't it nice that these Holocaust survivors' relatives are applying for German passports, even though, of course, they've got no relation to Germany at all? I mean, I feel sorry for the Germans being forced to give passports to these absolutely disloyal people, because I guarantee it, they'll be just as disloyal to Germany as they have been to Britain. I mean, really. And almost none of this stuff, or see the LGBTQ flags here, Ireland's wild youth. And there's a Welsh flag there as well for some reason. This is Ireland's thing. Oh, are these people in the audience? I mean, there is a deliberate attempt by the people. You see, this so-called competition is just dumbing down the public. There are people in offices wearing suits who are in charge of manipulating public consciousness and getting people to care about things like garbagey things like this that don't matter, right? Really garbagey things. Loss of childhood for the poor refugees. Sophia, who has now settled in Romania. Her own family's experience fleeing the Balkan Wars in the 1990s. Kindness and compassion. Yeah, well, we should piss off back, actually. I think we've got enough Albanians now. By the way, Albanians are still arriving, and even though the war's been over for 20 years, I mean, what happened at the time was people from Albania were going to all over Europe and claiming to be from Kosovo, and you're ridiculous. I mean, the whole refugee system is completely corrupt. Basically, it rewards people for lying. We love you, Ukraine. Well, you might do. Albanians are big bloody globalist shits, to be fair. I'm not saying they're not bad people on on an individual level, but as a country they're shit. Performing in a nude catsuit, she threw down the gauntlet. A tattoo, a song about a love so deep and intense it engraved on her heart. Yeah, well, that's a nice story, isn't it? I mean, where's the elegance? Where's the charm? Where's the tradition? None of these songs have anything to do with the countries. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to hear some? Actually, would it be nice to hear some good quality music from these particular countries? Greece has fantastic local music, um, which many people only get to hear a bit when they go on holiday. Don't the Swedes have singers as well who we could see and maybe learn a bit? Maybe some traditional songs from those countries. That might be moderately interesting. But these samey, shitty things with crappy costumes and latex and bloody glitter and rubbish like that, and Ukraine and fucking gays and all the rest of it. This is all rubbish, you know? It's got nothing to do with culture. It's got nothing to do with that. You could pretend any of these, all of these songs are interchangeable. You could say that the Ukrainian songs from Israel and the Israeli songs from Malta and the Maltese songs from Greece and stuff. Nobody would know because there's no local authenticity. I mean, many of the people who are representing different countries don't even come from those countries, and in many cases they don't even sing in the local language. I mean, what is the point of all this? It's just a waste of money, just like the fucking coronation. What we have is the media and the government constantly conspire to keep the public occupied with stupid things that don't matter. You won't find anyone who's interested in a conversation about anything interesting. I'm surrounded in my personal life by people who are morons, but morons who don't know they're morons. This is the trick of brainwashing. You can brainwash people and they don't realise they're brainwashed. Tattoo. I mean, honestly. Should we watch one of the most iconic things? Let's watch it. Let's see how iconic. This is iconic, apparently. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, well, at least these people seem to have most of their clothes on. Honestly, how pathetic. Well, they got penises on their head or something. Oh, well, I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know who's interested in this, but you know, years ago when they had that Israeli chicken impersonator, I was saying to people, "Oh, this is crap," you know, but they wouldn't have it. They were absolutely convinced that this crap was good stuff, you know. And it's like you've got to say it. It's got to be. You're not allowed to criticise this competition because apparently this stupid thing is bringing people together. You know, it's like, you know. Um, it's rubbish. It's garbage. What would Beethoven say? Or you know, we had great music in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and now we're reduced to this. I mean, this is burlesque comedy, and very not even good comedy at that. I mean, if I was Croatian, I would be mortified if my country was being represented in this perverted fashion. You know, I would. I would be disgusted. My sister's crown. That's nice. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty. I wonder who. You know, actually, I think this is deliberately rubbish because what they try and do is persuade people that a load of rubbish is good, and then they all have a laugh behind our backs because the public fall for it. Look, oh, Sophia's is based in Romania. I mean, one would have thought we could find a Ukrainian girl who actually lives in Britain. There's so many of them here at the moment. They're never going to go back, of course. It's funny that we provide homes for Ukrainians, even though Ukraine has got lots and lots of empty property. Ukrainians obviously don't want to stay in Ukraine, and even though the vast majority of Ukraine isn't affected by this really phony war, because there's no war going on in Ukraine, not a proper war. I mean, with the Wagner mercenaries and all the rest of it, the front lines moved about 10 centimetres in the last year. This is a bloody joke. This isn't a proper war. I mean, tanks could, could, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's obviously rubbish. Evening kicks off with a short video. TV baker Paul Hollywood, Ukrainian Everton footballer Vitaly Mikolenko, and the late Paul O'Grady. So basically, Ukrainians, gays, and more gays. By the way, Everton apparently are going to be relegated, which is great for Vitaly Mikolenko. Right? Israel. Amazing. Queen of Kings. Queen of Kings means that Charles is a nonce. Ballroom dancers, a Portuguese Moulin Rouge routine. Anyway, I think I've made my point, but the trouble is the average person is just too stupid to see what's going on. They just regard this as entertainment. They don't realise that we're being mocked. This is garbage, low-grade shit, and it frightens me that people actually want to watch it.